Greetings. It is daylight savings time, 2026, March 8th, and it's still somewhat bright out at 7:10. So yes, daylight savings time is here. We could have that discussion another time. And so the big news, which I realize now is pretty anticlimactic because it's possible that if you're a subscriber to the channel or the playlist, whatever, that you may have already seen the trailer because we launched it last night. I was going to launch it. I thought it was ready. It wasn't ready. We did some tweaking. Oh, look at this. My hair is wacky on this side. How embarrassing. Um, but yeah, it was a lot of stuff. Actually, I didn't redo the music, but Johnny Ellis, I will now reveal his name. He is a gentleman doing the music. We had a second session last Wednesday, and he did two more takes of the trailer music, which are, they were similar to each other, but substantially, I would say substantially different than the original, a little more mellow. It definitely gives the music gives the trailer a different feel, which we all liked. Definitely kind of a more somber, maybe not quite so carefree and a little bit raucous in parts. So that is out. I will put a link in the description if you haven't seen it. Yeah, and I at the end of it you'll see that it says coming spring 2026, and technically spring starts in like 12 days, but it definitely will not be ready then. But we're hoping May, June, which is still spring until June 20th or 21st. So we'll see how that goes. I've been doing some more audio. I went down yesterday and recorded Christine, who plays Clara, about 5 or 6 lines or so. Some were new, some we had to redo from shooting, and then just some other stuff. And then I got a guy named Don Cochran, who was actually in my last movie, The Key, available on Amazon Prime, by the way. I hope you've seen it. And he had a very short off screen appearance, if you will, with his voice. So I'm waiting for Christine's daughter to do a very short off camera line, and then someone else is doing about 3 lines, and I've sent her the stuff a couple weeks ago, still waiting to hear from her. In the meantime, just a lot of little things, working on the credits. Oh, well, you may, I guess you don't know because you're not on the cast and crew who I sent this to. So I'm going to take a timeout here for a very, very, very somber moment and say that John Keogh, who worked on the film, he appeared very briefly in a cameo in my movie, The End of Art, which was like 2006. And he worked on that film and also The Key, and he worked on this film. And about, I don't know, a few days ago, very unexpectedly, very suddenly passed away. And it was it was very tough. I've known John a long time. He's not a gentle giant because he's not tall, but he's gentle. He's got great humor, and I speak in the present tense because he's still with us. We just can't see him anymore. And so yeah, I told the cast and crew, and that was really tough because it came right about the time that we were ready to release the trailer. So that was definitely a bummer. That is putting it mildly. So, but as they say, the show must goes on, must goes on or must go on. I know he would want that. I'm so sad that he won't be able to see the movie when it comes out, but we'll have a special tribute to him in the end credits, which is the very, very least we can do for such a great guy. So that is that news, but my nature is to move on because what else are you going to do after paying your respects? So the trailer's out. I've been sending Reese and Brett a lot of samples of things they've been weighing in. The poster is out. Did I show you the poster? I'll somehow cut it into this. I don't think I did. I will, maybe I'll make the poster the thumbnail for this video just for something completely different. So that's done. I did check with a couple theaters. There's 3 local chains. One of them I have to go, I might talk to in person. I don't know. I might call them. But one of them, a Regal Cinema, which I've only been to once or twice, they have a policy of only working with distributors. So they gave me an email, and I don't know if that's going to do anything or not. The NCG, which is, I don't know if that's Midwest. It's a pretty small chain. They've got a lot of theaters in town, and I haven't been there in a while, but very nice theater. So they have a deal where you can buy out a theater. They've got 100 seats, 150, whatever, all different sizes. So basically, you make a guesstimate of how many people are going to come. So let's make it simple and say 100. And then you have to buy a combo pack, which is like a popcorn and a drink or something, which is a $10. I think it's $10. I hope it's not more. It could go up. So if it's 100 seats, you got to buy one for every seat in the theater, no matter how many people show up. So that's $1,000. I don't even have a calculator, and I can do that. And then you don't sell the tickets through the theater. I would have to sell them separately, like do like a Venmo or I don't know, something, there's Zelly or something, or cash or whatever, and probably charge the people $15. I mean, I wouldn't want to charge them $20, although the movie's certainly worth it. So it's not exactly a moneymaker. I mean, 100 people, $5 each, $500. I mean, it's not bad, but it doesn't pay back the investors that fast. So, and then of course, if you sold a 100-seat theater and only got 80 people, or, your break even would basically be about 66 people or something like that if you charge $15 each. So I need to give that a little more thought. And then the local theater right where I live is like an old-fashioned theater. It seats a ton of people. The drawback is that you can only do it on a matinee, like a Saturday afternoon or a Sunday afternoon. So I think we're definitely going to do that. I haven't talked to him yet, but the woman whose house we primarily used is really good friends with the owners. So she's going to talk to him. And what else? I did just a little research into film festivals. I did some research into, here's a trivia question. Should you mix your film with headphones or with your speakers? Time's up. Probably most of you know it is with your speakers, because that most closely approximate the sensation, the audio sensation that a viewer will get. I do not have the world's best speakers. I don't know if the cables are long enough. So, I mean, these are not like studio monitor speakers. So I don't know. I mean, I'm just gonna do it the best I can, because I don't have like a sound room studio setup here, but I think it'll be fine. Also, man, just doing a lot of tweaking. DaVinci Resolve, I did a review on it, which I didn't post, which is probably good, because I've got a lot more to say after 2 more months or whatever I have of working on it. Whew, man, again, I don't know that it's buggy. It's just the way it operates, but holy smokes. So been doing that, still putting in, I'm guessing 10, well, the weekends are a lot of hours. I would say 15 to 18 hours a week of work on the film. So I'll have to add that all up someday. Got to do my taxes soon, see how all this movie making affects them. I don't think, the second music session was good. I've plugged all the music in. I got to send that to Teresa and Brett. There's a couple things that aren't working that we will fix. And Johnny, who's doing the music, has got some commitments, musically speaking, so probably won't have that done until the end of the month at the soonest. So that's the update. Please watch the trailer, share it, all that stuff, comment on it if they're good comments, and spread the word out. We loaded it up. I put it on the Mindful Entertainment YouTube channel. It's also on my personal YouTube channel, and Reese and Brett have a channel called the Shea Bros, which they've got a lot of stuff on, mostly from years past. And so it's on 3 different YouTube platforms, if you will. And I mean, it's getting a handful of views. I guess I just got to keep beating the drum and, try to get it up to 1,000, 2,000, 10,000, something like that. Do what you can. Very appreciated. I hope your micro budget filmmaker journey is going well. That is all for now. I will sign off and I will talk to you in a week.